Howdy folks, welcome back to the shed. Nice to see you all. Now, who have we got today? Let's read out the list. Can everybody hear me and see me okay? Let's just have a little confirmation there. H&H Express, hello, hi. Hello, Tony. Hi, Connie. IGJ Trains, hello, Robin Grace. Ray Bertelson, hello. Dino, whee. There's Jake, hello, Jake. Let's see who else we've got in here. I did spot Anthony Dodge, the man himself, popping into the thread. Welcome, Anthony. Nice to see you. I did catch a tiny little bit of Artie's stream last night, this morning, whichever way you want to say it. It does sound as though he's had quite a rough time of it in the US, and he still sounds very croaky. I know he's on his way home sort of fairly soon. Dragon Junction, hello, Alan. Nice to see you, man. What have we got today? On a similar theme to last week, we are running some American Santa Fe engines. I got the which one is it? That one. I've got the E8 going, the E8 A and B. Can everybody hear me okay? I can see the little mic bars going across. But it does move rather fast. We have now 21 in the stream, according to my analytics. 20. Oh dear, somebody's dropped out. Never mind. Hello, Mick. Hello, Andy Dobson. Hi, Andy. Bonus Junction. Hello, Jason. Nice to see you, man. Moneybrook Junction. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. And yes, I'm still running the Santa Fe. I do have another little 260 that I got out, running some old stock, but I'll pop that on later. And I didn't realise it, but Richard has left his new Great Western Railway steam rail car down here. So I'm not sure whether to run that or not. I think probably not. I think it's just too expensive. Ian Fraser, hello there. Nice to see you. And Clive. Hi, Clive. How's the... It is actually a bit noisy in here because these older models do produce quite a bit of live sound, as they say. It's still blooming cold. It's bright today, but we've had a hell of a hard frost in the mornings. All the people have been out scraping their cars and that kind of thing. Really been cold. No snow, so sorry to disappoint you there, but none of the white stuff. And Lee, hello Lee, nice to see you. I run it and it's not sitting on the shelf. Yeah, that's it. Get it off the shelf, get it on the layout and run it like you stole it. Glorious sunny day here. Yes, it's quite bright, but still I'm finding it really, really, really cold. Even I put the heater on an hour before I came down the shed. I thought that would have been enough, but it's still quite chilly. Are we officially in spring now? We're not, are we? It's still winter, being late February, and they reckon never cast a cloud before May is out. So I have known it that we've got snow after Easter actually, and sometimes it really does get cold around that Easter period. -1 there, yeah, it's not hot. 21st March spring will start. Thank you, hi. So yeah, any road, so I did manage to dig out a couple of true cars for the Santa Fe, which I hooked on the back. California Zephyr. So I've got a couple of cars there for our American cousins. And they seem to be running really well. This, that one. Oh, it's really, really highly detailed. Some of the little loops and things that they've got on the roof are absolutely fragile. Brilliant castings they did for their plastic. Obviously, the mechanisms are really hardy but basic. I was digging out a couple of locos for a running session yesterday, then realised I only have two. Okay. Well, that's fine. If you've got them, run them. Keep them running. Not yet, Andy. Oh, that's obviously something I've missed. Has anybody seen the layouts in the Scottish show? No, I haven't. There's nothing come up prominent yet. Obviously, we're going to see one from Leslie Gilpin, because I know Leslie was going, and I know guys like Ewan have been going along as well. So I think we've yet to see that. I think it's too early yet for people to render their videos and get them out onto YouTube. So anyway, we'll see. I'll just slow down that one a little. Because once they start warm up, they start to race. A bit like the old Hornby stuff. It took an age to get them warmed up, and then once they did warm up, they roared off. Apparently 7 degrees centigrade here. That's still not a lot. I mean, we could do with something like 20. Kyle Stevens, hello there. Nice to see you. I should say good morning. 20 here. Mind you, I'm sitting next to the radiator. Yeah, it's the best place to be, actually. Seen quite a few, and it's very impressive. This is a Scottish show. And apparently, John Benicki, hello there. Nice to see you. Apparently, the Scottish show at Glasgow has been very well represented by the public. So I think it was a good big show. Obviously, being in Glasgow is 400 or 500 miles away, so you know I'd love to go, but it is what it is, and I haven't long to wait for Ali Pali, which is March, middle of March. So that's not far away now, and I am looking forward to that. I will be going on the train to get there, and then it's a free bus from the station up the hill, because Alexandra Palace, for those that don't know, sits on top of a hill in North London, and you get a fantastic view of the city, and you can see the Shard sticking up towards the sky. Never thought we'd see a building of 1,000 feet. That's something you get in America, not here. And that's the only time I've ever seen it. I've never seen it up close, because London's not really my thing. I haven't grown up there. Minus 3.3 degrees here. But I suppose it will get up to 10 degrees centigrade. That's still not a lot. 3 degrees. Yeah. For those that remember the 3 degrees. Delft Junction. Hello, Pete. Nice to see you. The O-gauge layout had to come on a 44-ton truck. It's that big. 5 years to build it, and it's not finished yet. Is ever any of our stuff ever finished? I mean, truly ever finished? We're our own worst enemies when it comes to finishing a railway project, because you sit down and, right, okay, I'm going to enjoy it now. Over Van's on, hello there, nice to see you. Let's not make a bad joke over seeing the Shard, yeah. It's a big glass tower. I used to use London Bridge Station to get to work as they built the Shard. Well, as they were building it, my work in London was more or less finishing, and I was out of it, thank heaven, before any of the silly parking restrictions started, and they started having tracking on vehicles and stuff like that. I was gone. Monsville Railway, good morning, or is it good evening, or I can't remember which, but I know you're down and under. Nice to see you. Yes, so I do have the Santa Fe stock out. As you remember, the E8 and the E8B were sitting in the box last week because I just didn't have time. After the live stream, I got it out, got it on the layout. The A unit is powered, the B unit is just a dummy. And it runs very nicely. It's a little noisy. I think it could benefit from a little oil here and there. You can hear and see me perfect. Thanks, Math. And good afternoon to you. SJ Train World. Hello there, Simon. Nice to see you. To see you. Nice. So, yeah, and the California Zephyr coaches I managed to dig out, and they are there. One of them is a bit of an... These are Concord. So the cheaper end of the range. They don't have any interiors in them. I think that's the way they came in. You had to add them. But the Dome car, the Vista Dome, is also the tail end Charlie. So as you see it, as it comes around, not only is it a Dome car, but it's also an observation as well. Strange. You know, I don't recall seeing one of those on any video. So there you go. Hi everyone in the chat, how you doing? Yeah, everybody, as far as I can see, everybody's fine in the chat. And it is Sunday and everybody's relaxed, and that's the way it should be on a Sunday. For those that are still working out there, sorry about that, but there you go. Yeah, nice to see you, Monsville. Right, so I'll let you have a better look at the E8. I haven't gone any further with my signalling. There will be some shunting signals which will be popping up on the layout, and I'll show them in good time. Could do with some warmer weather so I can work without having the heater on all the time. So it is what it is. It's just a matter of getting down here and getting on with it. But as we all know, that can be a difficult situation. And this week has been quite a busy one. So it is what it is. Right, let me just adjust you down to track level. Hope that's not too shaky, and I hope nobody's vomiting. There we go. I'll just adjust the cable so it doesn't stretch too much. There's the E8. There's a doggy woofing somewhere. Not my doggy. There we go. There's the F7 A and B going over yonder with its New York Central coaches. And here comes the E8s that I did promise you last week with its beautiful streamlined nose, resplendent in war bonnet colours, Pennsylvania, New York, Union Pacific, California Zephyr. Quite a mixed bag. And do I see Sean has popped in? Hello, Sean. Nice to see you, man. I got a feeling. Yeah, I mean, you could be right, Kyle, but I'll check out the box. And actually, Kyle has nailed it. There it is. It's E6B. Never cross swords with our American cousins because they will know better. The silver streak. That sounds wonderful. There's a statement. Silver streak sounds wonderful. Yes, Anthony, they're the cheaper end of the market, though, strangely enough. It's a shame I didn't get more of those, but I got a feeling that they were, I think they were going really cheap in some kind of sale, and I couldn't resist. Even though at the time I don't think I had any Santa Fe at all. Oh, Silver Surf and Silver Planet. Those are the markings on the side. And those, of course, take the same McHenry couplers that you'd use on a Rivarossi card. Barnabas Junction will be live from 2 o'clock. All right, okay. I'll be sure and step aside for that one. Just give me a bit of warning, Jason. I've got a feeling Dave is going live at 2, but there are no rules. You go live exactly when you want to. Tuna Dog Andy, that's me. Oh, hello, Dwight. Nice to see you, man. Just thought I'd gladden your heart with a few of your heritage American trains. Here comes an E6. A and B. Yeah, thanks, Carl. I really ought to look at the box a little more. Thank you, Monsville Railways. That's I've always liked that. If anything, it's not low down enough. I wish I had a little pit there that I could put the camera in, which would get it even lower. But that's about as good as we can get at the moment. Yeah, Lee's essentially correct. You can go live when you want. There are no rules, but obviously it does pay to be a little circumspect around our fellow YouTubers, so there's no ill will, because you know it can turn into a slanging match at the drop of a hat. So it's always best to, I mean, I have no qualms about stepping aside for someone else if it's their what they consider sort of their time, but there are no real rules there, and you can go live when you want to if you feel like it. It's, I suppose it's just a matter of whether you want to be rude or not. That's the spirit, Kyle. Yeah, that's right, Rob. You try and do the right thing. Doesn't always work, and it can cause some ill feeling, but in the broad sense of things, there's lots and lots of choice out there, and the more choice, the better, really. Okay, Sean, nice to see you, man. Enjoy your work, as they say. Yes, it's a big place, YouTube, and I suppose there's room enough for everybody. Yeah, it's a good bloke, old Craig, at New Durham. He does do a bit of a heath sometimes and leaves us hanging in the air, which is funny when you think about it. All you can try to do is respect the ones you know, subscribe to the regularly scheduled, even just in this hobby, there's always someone going live. Yeah, that's true. Um, I have noticed that more recently you do get a lot of pop-ups. All of a sudden, bing, somebody will pop out of thin air. Oh, better get some more sleep. Dropped in to say hi. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks, Monsville Railways, for coming in. Nice to see you. Oh, there's Brian. Just back from the toy fair. You're going to have to tell us all about that, Brian. Brian the man. Well, Brian, here's some good old DC for you. Oh, Ivo, did you manage to get anything? Well, apart from a cold, that is. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this one in to these two. So if I drop you there, can everybody still see everything? Yeah? Okay. Right, let's bring this one in. So I click this point now. And just check that's over, that's in. Okay. Right, the next trip round, you should see it. Robert's train set. Hello, Robert. Mr. Robert Valentine. Nice to see you. Hope your foot's okay. Right, it should be coming at you any second now. I'm just going to gently drop the speed down. Oop. Hold on. Number 2. There we go. Okie dokie. And we'll stop right there. Super duper. Right, what I'll do Actually, I can leave that exactly like that. Isolate the engine, which is done. And now I can bring out the little steamer. So number 7. Okie dokie. Open number 3. Right. Open number 7. And track number 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now all I have to do is reverse out. So here goes. Right, we are on our way. Oops, a little bit of a derailment there. There we go. Right. Forward. Hold. Right, it's on its way. So let me just move you onto yonder side. That should just miss the camera. The foot is doing well. The doctor did get the x-ray, nothing on it. As I thought, yeah, it's probably just ligament damage or something like that. But still rather nasty. And here comes the 260 that I promised you. A nice little mogul. This one is a backman. And it misses the camera. There we go. Does that mean I only come out after dark? Yeah. If you want to walk around unimpeded. Right, let me just check back, see what Ivo said. I did ask the question. Run 4 live steam locomotives in the show hall yesterday. Ooh, sounds good. Steamy. I actually ran the only DC model I have last night, still like a Swiss watch. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Kyle. Robert's got his ticket for Ali Pali on the Saturday. Yes, I'll see you there, Robert. I'll be going on the Saturday. It's always nice to have a chum or two on hand. There's people popping up all over the place. And we also have, I've got 30 minutes. Big announcement with Barnabas Junction. Woohoo! And we've got Roy Dennis. Hello, Roy. Nice to see you. To see you. Nice. Let's hope we can find each other. No problem. Robert, I know what you look like. All I have to do is look out for the little tube camera. And there you'll be. Now, I do have ambitions to put a lock sound micro into the little 260 that you're going to see coming towards you. This is a Baldwin, I believe it's a low boiler. But it chugs along very nicely. Backman did a pretty good job on that one, and it's BCC capable, obviously in the tender. Ended up with 2 Bachmann HO wagons in a job lot last week. One has a missing pin in the bogey. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. You can always fabricate one out of a piece of old plastic, Brian. Just take the other one out for general dimensions and just fashion one. A little bit of plastic card. Robert, you'll find Andy easy. Just look down. Oh, Brian, you're so funny. US or European? Yeah, good point, Ivo. What have you got, Brian? Is that a chicken on the floor? Where's the chicken, Robert? Is that right over yonder? That'll be a cow. Yeah, follow the queue. Right, I'll just give you a slightly different aspect. Let's just move the camera around so you can see Totherway. I'm going to have to separate this car. Well, that should do nicely. How's that? Think US, yellow boxes. Oh, that's probably, might be a reefer, might be a box car. Are they about 6 inches long, Brian? They should be around about the length of these coaches that are coming around, which are about 36 feet, scale feet long. Oh, there's Digger. Hi, Digger. Nice to see you, man. And if you see HO and 00 passenger cars right next to each other, can you tell the difference in size, like window size or door size? No, not a great deal. They're more or less identical. The American cars are obviously a lot bigger in real life, but the way they scale together, they are of a very similar length. So you can see the New York Central car on your left. That's around the same length as a Mark III coach in the UK. So they do sit rather well together, I think. It's open to interpretation, obviously, but I think they fit together very well. And for my purposes, yes, I enjoy both. Depends on what you drive. Double-deck cars look stupid. I don't think I've got any double-deckers, to tell you the truth, Ivo. I find them a bit strange. But there are some coming. There are some bullied coaches that are coming that are made by KR models. So they will be out at some stage. Here comes yonder F7. That's running very, very well, considering it's an aging DC loco. Athens blue box, of course. The level of detail on it, the fidelity of the plastic mouldings is brilliant. Really, really good. Anthony should put his IC2 cars behind Tornado to show how much larger European stock is. Yeah, it probably is. You're probably right, Ivo. Oh, thanks, Pete. I do like to have these little old steamers chugging around with the old time stock. It's all a bit Casey Jones, and I'm very, very fond of that. I was pondering that last night, and I think I first watched Casey Jones when I was 3 years old, and I can still remember it now. So it obviously left an indelible impression. I see the Chinese signals are working very well. Yorkshire Mail's video on the new build, Loco build, 48,000 views. That's what we would all like. Yeah. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. 32 in the chat with only 19 likes. Can we everybody hit the like button, please? Are you free? I'm free. You can see the difference in OO and HO characters. Yes. Obviously, you find HO characters better for seating in coaches, Roy, without chopping so much of their feet off. Union Pacific and Southern Pacific wagons there in the US, I believe. Oh, okay, Brian. Do you know they're made by? What does compensate the looks is that European trains can be extended much more to track level compared to UK ones. European trains can be extended much more to the track level compared to UK ones. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Ivo. Unless you're suggesting they're more built up around the bogies and things. Oh, Backman, okay. Have to get a tornado. Yeah, Anthony, I think you owe it to yourself. Right, so people figures have an obvious difference in size, even casual viewing. From a distance, it gets less and less, obviously. But when you're close up, I don't know if I can give an idea of that. Here's obviously a 00 size figure. So that's about an inch tall. You're talking about 3/4 of an inch for a HO figure. Yeah, I'd say that's probably about right. So in 00, you'd have somebody Brian's size, it's about 6 foot, and then compared with HO, you'd have somebody of my size, about 5 foot. Look at the class 755 compared to, for example, an SBB Stadler Fleur. Oh, right, I see what you mean. Well, as they haven't bought the Fleur out as a model yet, we'll have to take that one on advisement. I like the Pico switches. Yeah, that's what you're seeing there is a crossover. Obviously, you've got to have them. Otherwise, it will stagnate what I'm running on any particular line at any time. Guessing I'm buying Pico then. Well, it's available in the UK. Big time. It's obviously they do American size Code 83. I do actually have some of that. And I can actually prove it. You have to look sideways, but here it comes. There's Code 83, and that's an American style point. It's a number 6, Electro Frog. I do have the larger variety as well. And we've got Roger. Hello, Roger. Nice to see you, man. Code 83 and 100. Yeah, right. Shame I already glued my Tilly point work. Some do have the old logo on them. They have logos on their point work. How about that? Trust we're all okay and keeping well. Very well, thank you, Roger. Have a 260. Woo woo. Right, I'm going to have to keep an eye on the time. 42, so we've got 20 minutes. Tilly called the sleeper mats that were originally created by Dilts. Some still have the mushroom logo on the bottom. Oh, I see. Okay. Smash the like button, guys. Be cool. Oh, Roger, you're so good. Here comes the little Baldwin 260. Sorry, it's a 460. Did I say I'm going to get? Yes, on the same day as Robert, on the Saturday. Oh, did I say I'm going to get, not Ali Pally? Yes, I'm going to get. No doubt about it. If our fortunes hold, Mr. Dodge will be over, Mr. and Mrs. Dodge will be over from the States. And that will make it the coolest exhibition ever. Apparently, the Worley show that they're putting on at Scaffold Bar is on the same day. Apparently, that's all that they could get. But that's most unfortunate because there are those amongst us who would like to do both. I know it's not impossible to go one place on a Saturday, the other place on the Sunday, but they are separated by probably about 100 miles, maybe less. Should be doing both days it gets this year. Okay, if I can, I will. And yeah, Ali Pally is in something like 3 weeks' time. So Andy, the real UK track gauge is narrower than the US gauge. Am I correct? No, it's still 4 foot 8.5. We use standard gauge for the full size railway, and we use HO gauge track to represent both 00 and HO. So for our models, our 00 models, yes, the gauge is a bit slim if you're looking at true scale. But full size is 4 foot 8.5. Oh, thanks, Chris. You've got to admit that the Santa Fe war bonnet is a real eye catcher. There's no doubt about it. The way they did the red and the yellow, marvellous. Jake's going to be at Getz 100%. Well, that's good. There'll be no Pete Waterman this time, so we should have room to move around. And there should be more gear there because of that. There goes the war bonnet. Santa Fe. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, you're probably right. They could have booked it 18 months or 24 months in advance just to keep clear of everyone else. It's like two YouTubers battling to go on at the same time and then moaning that somebody else has gone on, and you know how that all starts. But it's just a shame. But I'm not going to moan about it too much because it's two events that can take a lot of people. And those that are up in the Midlands will find it easier to get to Statfold Barn. Those down south will find it a lot easier to get to Getz. Yeah, John, war bonnets what got you in 50 years ago. I'm not surprised. And the colours are fabulous. Silver, yellow, red. You can't go wrong. Lots of smaller exhibits couldn't get in last year at Getz. Yeah, that's a problem when you get a layout of that size. And it was huge, if you remember. I don't think 208 foot would fit in Worley in the sense of our smaller places. No, it probably wouldn't. They can always put it in an outside marquee, as it's a country park. '23rd of June. What is 23rd of June? Oh, is that crew? Yeah, Mav, I do like to see all the pipework on the outside. I know the British Rail engines look quite clean and try to hide all the pipework, this, that, and the other. But I do like to see an extended amount of pipework. You look at a big boy and it's absolutely covered in it. You got two war bonnets, just not F or E units. Oh, I'm just wondering what else there is. There's the sharp nose, of course. So what are your war bonnets then, Kyle? Yes, okay. Same reason, Andy. Yeah, they look like working locos, not just pretty ones. Yeah. Yeah, function over form. Yeah, Jake will be at Crewe. Never been to Crewe, actually. I want to go to Birmingham and they're taking me on to Crewe. Take me back to London quickly as you can. Oh, Mr. Porter, what a funny man you are. I am almost certainly in the minority here, but the big shows are too big. Better off the smaller shows. Make people relax, admire the layouts. Yeah, there's an argument for both, Roger. I tend towards the bigger shows because I just want to rave around and get all the things that I can't usually get at the local model shop. There's always something that will catch your eye, and obviously at a bigger event, there's more likely to catch your eye than a small event. But the small events will give you more bargains, I think. Would you say that's about right, Roger? Oh, FP45s. Santa Fe rebuilt 3 in the 90s for pulling office cars and the big wigs and some freight trains. Right, gotcha. Yeah, I'll bet that looks really good. So I don't think it matters what engine you put that colour scheme on, it will still look good. In fact, it will probably improve the engine just from an eye candy point of view. Toying with the idea of going to Crewe, 300 miles there and back. I did enjoy Crewe last year. Yeah, I would have to somehow get across to the Euston line and then go that way. Oh, there's Graham. Hello, Graham. Late to the party again. Too embarrassed to say what I've been doing. I'm not sure we want to know then, Graham. But feel free. You're among friends here. Yeah, I think there's something to be said for big exhibitions and small exhibitions. Um, they can all coincide happily. I think. I gather the eye is all healed up or healing still and usable, Graham. Coming from just behind the camera is a Baldwin 460. That's a little Bachman DCCable with some River Rossi coaches hopping along behind, trundling along, old Wild West fashion. And coming the other way is the F7A and B units, which are Athens Blue Box, just doing their stuff. I don't think Doncaster was much cheaper than your local model shop. No, it probably isn't. But you'll just get more choice there, Pete. Yeah, all looks good, literally. Just waters like mad in the cold wind. Well, I'm afraid, Graham, I went out on the bike the other day and my nose and my eyes just exploded. That's what the cold weather does for you. Maybe it's just an age thing. I don't remember crying tears like that in my younger years. Or if it did, you just cuffed it and off you went. But there you go. Yeah, I very much like the details that Bachman put on their little 460. It's a Baldwin. I think it's a low boiler 460. I might be wrong, but there is a DCC position in the tender for an 8-pin. So I will probably pop DCC sound into that little tender. I blame everything on my age. Yeah, me too, Graham. It's what a bummer. Getting old sucks. And if you run the old USA train, you should get some figures on horseback and hold the trains up. Well, I've got something in mind, Robert. It's amazing how you can read my mind. But there is something coming on that. I've just got to work on it a bit. Yeah, no excuses, Graham. That's funny. I do like the old American stuff. Obviously, as I explained, it goes back to when I first saw Casey Jones in 1967. I was only 3 years old, and I can still remember it. The opening scene is of this huge balloon stack, billowing smoke, coming towards you at a rate of knots. And obviously the title music coming along with it, it just sold me out. And I've always loved the American Old Wild West locos. You might want to call it Civil War locomotives, 1880s, 1900s, things like that. Absolutely love it. So much character. And it's a deviance from the way we did our locomotives. Obviously, you look at a 440 with its balloon stack or straight stack or a kettle stack. Just the proportions of it, absolutely fabulous. And it was just something I clicked with. I blame all my mistakes on the fact I'm an old codger. Yeah, me too, Digger. Brian's 48 and knackered. Well, I'm 60 and knackered, mate. No, I don't feel too bad, actually. I'm just amazed I got the 60 in the first place. Keep forgetting I've said things and forgetting I've said things. Yeah, Pete. Like I said, getting home sucks. Yeah, you've definitely got an echo, Pete. Echo, Pete. Echo, Pete. Echo, Pete. Right. Let's right, it is time. Let me just grab my camera. Woo! The E6. Just have a look at the detail on that roof. All those little bits and pieces. All those little hooks and loops and things. That is a brilliant plastic moulding from Proto. Right, here we go. Yeah, look at the price of these. That's a Pico switch. £5.26, daylight robbery. Okay, guys and girls. Right, I'm going to chop it here because obviously Jason at Barnabas Junction is coming on and he's got an announcement to make. So let's get over there. You should have a couple of minutes to grab a cup of tea or something like that. And thanks everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. 32 in, 33 likes. Thank you very much indeed. It's lovely to see everybody. And I'll catch up with you next week, God willing. And I hope everybody stays safe out there and don't do anything I wouldn't. So, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains. Catch you soon, everybody. Adios.